If I don't discuss this bear situation that has taken the internet by storm, I am going to spontaneously combust. So let's talk about why people are saying they'd rather choose a bear over a man if they were alone in the woods.
I would like to comment on this bear situation because I was chased by a bear in the
Are
woods.
women getting mauled by a bunch of male hikers somewhere?
And she was eaten alive by the bear. The man that she was with.
Wait. With a bear? Who was she with? Or a man?
A man.
You replace all men on Earth with bears. Would you be more or less safe? Good question. I mean, I'm going to lean towards...
There's no way y'all would rather be trapped in the woods with a bear.
Good boy. Good boy. He's gonna open it again? Let's see. Or let's see if he's just sitting out there. You're just standing there.
Hi there, welcome back to your mom's favourite side of the internet. This is the Bizarre Fae channel. Let's get into it. I've noticed a lot of men are arguing about this particular point. I've had it happen on my Facebook where I've shared a meme because I think the entire situation is hilarious, and the fact that men are disagreeing with women who are saying like, hey, no, I would actually rather be in the woods with a bear than a man. I'm gonna do a statistical analysis really quickly and explain to you how I have come to the conclusion, logically, that I would rather be in the woods with a bear. Between the years of 2000 to 2015, there was only 664 bear attacks. Within the UK alone, there was over 600 homicides in 2023 alone. Statistically, you're more likely to be attacked by a man regardless of your gender. If you are a male, you're more likely to be attacked by a male. If you are female, you are more likely to be attacked by a male. In fact, the statistic goes as high as 95% of attacks taking place by a male perpetrator. That's insane. And also, girlies, we need to up our game. Like, they're not evening out the stats, so we gotta. According to several different sources, the chances of being attacked by a bear is actually 1 in 2.1 million. But 3 in 4 people will be attacked in their lifetime. That's 75%, by the way. 75% of people will be attacked by a person, and 1 in 2.1 million will be injured by a bear. Not killed, injured. Injured. Bears are more scared of us than we are of them. Like, I don't think people understand this about animals. Like, we are at the top of the food chain at this point. Like, we have recreated the entire world. By the way, if you can hear rustling, that's my little penguino playing with a plastic bag. Because why wouldn't he? Personally, I just think this entire situation is getting absurd. And the fact that people can't rationalize their way around a 1 in 2.1 million chance versus a 70% chance is absurd to me. Like, in order for me to pull out a percentage on the likelihood of me getting attacked by a bear in my lifetime, I would have to go into like decimal systems that involved the power of. That's how tiny the decimal of that percentage would be. You don't understand that? Do you not get it? I think it's really absurd to me as well, because my entire life I've heard these stereotypes about like men versus women and how women are so much more emotional and their opinions are based on emotion. And then I hear that men are like super logical and everything that they do is like based on logic. But like, show me where are the stereotypes in the room with us? My position is entirely based off of logic and personal experience. Like, I've never been attacked by a bear. I have been attacked by a man. And it's men that you trust. Like, at no point in my life am I ever gonna fully trust a bear. I've trusted men and had my trust completely betrayed. And it's about the things that can be done to you, right? Like a bear, the worst thing it's gonna do is eat you alive.
In 1996, a girl I knew was mauled by a bear in the woods. She was camping and she woke up to this bear attacking her. And fellow friends, campers, other bystanders, they tried to make really loud noises and yell and scare this bear away, but it didn't work, so someone grabbed a gun and actually shot it, injured it, and that's when it took off. While she was undergoing several surgeries to recover, the news reported on it, everybody knew what had happened to her, and they hunted down and killed the bear. I would still 100% want to be alone in the woods with a bear than a man, because 1, people would believe me, 2, the news would actually report on it and not blame me, 3, they would hunt down that bear and kill it, and 4, bystanders would actually help me instead of either joining in, standing around and watching, or recording it. I would take a bear every time.
The worst thing it's gonna do is eat you alive. The most likely thing it's gonna do is see you and run away.
I meet all the qualifications to comment on this. I was a cross-country runner in college, working in Colorado on a 6-mile run by myself when a bear pops out behind me and starts running at me. Now, this is a brown bear, not a black bear. This is a big bear, and it starts running at me. And what you're supposed to do is what I did. I turned around, I threw my hands up, I started running back at it for 3 quick steps, and I yelled, "Hey, bear," at the top of my voice. That is equivalent to yelling no for a bear. It's letting you know you are not food. What did the bear do? The bear stopped. It stopped in its tracks. We stared at each other for about 5 seconds, and then you know what? The bear left. The bear left.
Like, you say you don't understand, but then I can present you with so much evidence and you're still going to argue about it. I really wanted to talk about it because, like, it's an absurd conversation. The fact that I can even sit and talk about it for this long is ridiculous to me. And there's people that just can't wrap their head around the idea that somebody might be so scared of other human beings that they would rather choose a bear. I would literally rather get gobbled up like a salmon than ever be sexually assaulted again. I'd rather live with the consequences of a bear attacking me than what humans have done to people historically. Read a history book, for real. Like, according to a website called IDA USA, you are more likely to be killed by a bee than you are a bear, and way more likely to be killed by another human being than you ever would a bear or a bee. And when bear encounters do happen, they are most often non-violent. Do you know how many violent interactions I've had with men? Like, granted, I don't live in a country where we have bears. I don't. I live in the UK. The only bears we have are in the zoos, and I'm pretty sure the bear in Whipsnade Zoo actually had its enclosure built around it, which is really fun. So I just did some research into the bears at Whipsnade Zoo because I wanted to back up my claim of something that I learned in primary school. I can't find evidence for it. So if anyone knows if that's true or not, please let me know. I don't know if my teacher was trying out of their ass. In 2021, the bears actually escaped the enclosure at Whipsnade Zoo, and although they didn't harm any humans, they were killed by humans. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear, which is more of a threat. Just so we're clear. And we did used to have bears, but the Brits are a interesting subset of humanity, and we did kill off a lot of our wildlife. And now we're trying to reintroduce it, apparently, which is absurd. But if I get to, like, hang out with a beaver at some point in my life, that's fun. I have an alarm set for every hour, and it just stops my recording. Teehee. This girl on Threads said, "Women just need to choose better. We've chosen the bear." Wait, what? And somebody responded with, "Someone said men can't even accept no in a hypothetical situation. Y'all wonder why women pick the bear." The amount of men I've seen just getting so mad, and, like, honestly, it feels like this meme. But bears are dangerous. How do you not get that? Yeah, bears are so much more dangerous than the species that's terraformed the entire planet. I'm so much more scared of a bear than I am human men. Why would I be scared of a bear? What has a bear ever done to me? It's just chilling. And, like, at least I know if a bear attacks me, it's for the sake of survival. If a man attacks me, it's just because he wants to. Like, he's just having fun. Why do you think that's fun, mister? Excuse me? I don't think you guys understand the implications of growing up in a female body knowing full well that you most likely fit the profile of who a serial killer would murder. I'm sorry, but, like, growing up with that weight, like, you wonder why women are, like, standoffish. Girl, what do you mean? I always find it really funny as well because people will say things like fatherless behavior about women that don't particularly like men. But like most of the women I know that don't particularly like men know not to like men or trust men because their fathers inform them of such. Men understand the way that men are. Like, the amount of my male friends that are able to be like, haha, you're a moron because I trusted certain men even though they were doing certain behaviors. I can't read social situations very well. I've got neurological problems. It's not funny, actually, it's a really serious problem and we shouldn't romanticize mental illness because it's really bad for everybody, especially the teenagers that try and imitate those behaviors, but that's a conversation for another day.
Realized that we had such a poor reputation when it comes to women. I really don't think it's deserved. I mean, are women getting mauled by a bunch of male hikers somewhere? I mean, is there an epidemic of women being attacked in the woods? Because it's like, I mean, like I can GPS, I can help you, if you're lost. If you need, sun protection, I got you. If you're hungry, I got almonds, If you got blisters or injured, I got moleskin to help you out. If you're cold, I got some, hand warmers and stuff like that, But you guys would rather run into a bear than me, all right, that's fine, I guess.
So this one woman says, this is for all the men who are big mad that women are saying they'd rather encounter a bear in the woods than a man. For all the men screaming, this isn't fair, it's not all men. For all the men who are stubbornly not getting it. First, we don't care that it's not fair. Second, you men are the whole reason this conversation exists. You made this problem. You. Poignant points. Is that where the word poignant comes from? Regardless. A bear won't hit you in the face with a brick if you don't give it your phone number. A bear won't stalk you if it told you you're pretty and you said you weren't interested. A bear won't pretend to be kind to get you to lower your guard. A bear won't lock you in a basement for months to torture you. A bear won't generally bother you if you're not bothering it. If you encounter a bear, it will almost always retreat slowly because it means you no harm. If you do get attacked by a bear and you say so, people will believe you. No one will ask you what you were wearing that made the bear attack you. No one will ask you how much you had to drink. No one will ask you what you were thinking, being in the woods. No one will ask you if you even tried to fight back. No one will ask you if you led the bear to believe you wanted to be attacked. No one will condemn you for not fighting back harder. No one will arrest you for harming the bear. No one will say you deserve the attack. No one will ask how many bears you were allowed to attack you before. The bear won't say you were asking for it. The bear won't say it was consensual. The bear won't try to convince everyone you're lying. The bear won't get his buddies to maul you too. The bear won't threaten you to keep the attack a secret. The bear won't show up at family reunions. If you survive a bear attack, you don't have to worry that the bear might be good friends with medical staff or the police. You won't have to hear that you're making it all up to get attention. You won't have to get your reputation called into question. You won't get called a slut. People won't tell you you're paranoid for being cautious around bears. People won't tell you that not all bears are dangerous. If a bear attacks you, you won't be told it wouldn't be fair to ruin the bear's future by bringing it up. You won't be told the bear is from a nice family and they don't deserve the humiliation of arrest. If a bear attacks you, we kill the bear so it doesn't harm anyone else. If you still don't get it, consider this. Many women in the woods carry bear spray, and it's not because of the bears. And finally, ask yourself this. If you hear human footsteps near you in the woods, are you hoping it's a man or a woman? Pretty much every woman would be praying it's a woman. In 2020 to 2022, bears killed a whopping 8 people in North America. Even if all 8 were women, that's not even close to the approximately 12,000 women who were killed by men in that time period. Bears, 8, men, 12,000. It's a real head scratcher, guys. It's a you problem. Now, you could call that a victim mentality, but I would say that's really simple math. It's very easy to understand, but that means that these people are purposefully misconstruing the argument in order to, continue to mansplain that bears are dangerous to women.
She was eaten alive by the bear, the man that she was with.
Oh, wait. Who was she with? What? Who? What? Who? A man? See, if you know about the Timothy Treadwell story, you know that this attack was absolutely his fault. He and Amy in that dangerous situation, knowing that there was an aggressive, underweight, ostracized bear that was already exhibiting interest in attacking them. As a grizzly expert, he threw a fit in the airport over some, non-consequential reason, and then insisted that he go back into the woods with Amy and that they stay there. And she trusted him. She trusted his expertise, and it ended up leading to her death, which is tragic, especially for her. I don't think you want to talk numbers to make your argument because you're astronomically more likely to be killed by a man than you are to be killed by a bear. Likewise, you're more likely to be tortured by a man. So, sucks.
And it's absurd to me. Yeah, dude, I get it. If a bear attacked me, it'd be pretty fucking gnarly. But do you know what was also pretty fucking gnarly? Getting attacked by men.
There's no way y'all would rather be trapped in the woods with a bear over a man.
In March of 2022, 4 men were convicted of gang raping, murdering, and then eating a monitor lizard. They were caught because the trail cams in the wildlife preserve recorded it. Somebody went back and saw those videos and saw this act. Tell me again why I should be more afraid of bears.
It was pretty fucking grotesque. And the things that have happened to me are nowhere near as bad as the things that have happened to some people. I know that what has happened to me isn't even as bad as it could be. And I'd still rather be attacked by a bear than ever experience that again.
If you replaced all the men on Earth with bears, would you be more or less safe? Good question. I mean, I'm going to lean towards more safe.
Fun fact, I lived in the woods in Northern California in basically a cabin for 7 years, and we were surrounded by bears. And we would have bears in our yard at least once every couple weeks, if not every week. One day, a dude came up to our house, and he was on my back deck, and my wife could see him through the sliding glass window leading onto the back deck, and she said, "There's a man on our deck." I've never gotten more chills on the back of my neck than when she said that. And we've had multiple bears on our back deck. He was just a linesman in the area working on power lines, and he was hot, so he wanted some water. That was it. But hard agree, men way scarier than bears.
It's almost as if these people are speaking from like such a place of privilege that they don't understand that the things that have happened to some people are horrific, and our biggest fears are literally living within reality. Some of the situations I found myself in with men are absolutely absurd, and I don't think they understand that those situations have been absurd. Without going into like trauma dumping or anything like that, I once had an ex-boyfriend who we were just hanging out because we were friends after we broke up. So I was telling the story about this girl who he'd met on a night out, and she was ridiculously drunk and he was sober. And he was talking about how he had sex with her in a bush. And all of these lads were laughing, and I had to sit there and realize how casual a conversation about rape I was sat in. And I don't think they knew. I don't think they realized the gravity of the situation. I think a lot of people don't understand the impact that that kind of trauma has on people as well. Because the second that's happened to you once, you will do anything to try and escape the fact that that happened to you. You don't want to be in your body.
I started having reckless sex with people of all genders in this desperate pursuit of the truth. I would put myself in these fucked up situations where I'd almost risk being raped again in this attempt to understand the first time. Like if I'm passed around like a whore, then I might at least shed this idea that my body is part of me somehow. Like who cares if it happened before? It's happened a ton of times now, so what does it matter?
I would rather be in physical pain than feel like I need to crawl out of my skeleton. And it's funny, it's so funny to me. I've given so much like statistical analysis, the numbers, I've crunched them. I understand how big the ratio difference between these attacks would be. And yet I'll still be accused of talking from emotion, talking from a victim complex, when really it's just having had life experience. I'm just street smart, as they call it. If you don't understand the psychological impacts of what it's like to be female in a world that tells you you have only existed historically for the sake of reproduction, and therefore you are deserving of sexual assault. If you don't understand that, I can't help you. If you don't understand the impact that things like religion have had on the female psyche, what do you want me to say to you? So many of us were raised with this belief that our body being the way that it is the root of evil. Because Eve bit an apple. The very first sin was a woman who ate. I think it's absurd, and I think that this is an interesting conversation, and I'm glad that I've actually sat down and just talked about it, because I don't know, I want to get into making YouTube videos, like just talking about like little things I find interesting a bit more. It scares me because like, don't judge me, okay? I'm just a little guy, and like I think I wouldn't mind so much if I didn't know people in real life. And they tell me, they look at my social media and I go, no, that's not for you. It's for the gay people in my phone. You're not allowed to look. I'm sorry. If any of like my in real life friends are watching this, hi. We don't talk about this. Okay? Anything you see on my social media, we don't acknowledge it. We don't talk about it. Okay, I don't know how to end this. Just make sure you're looking after yourself and everybody around you. Be safe, be good, be fair. I love you.